Why does discipline feel so damn hard? Why even when you know what you need to do you still procrastinate, make excuses and choose the easy way out? Why do you promise yourself change and then fall back into the same patterns? Here's the truth most people can't face. Discipline isn't something you've lost. It's something that's been hijacked. Hijacked by comfort, by dopamine, by a mind that's been trained to avoid pain at all costs. But the good news, discipline can be reprogrammed. You don't need to be born with it. You can build it, forge it, shape it inside you like a warrior molds his sword in the fire of repetition and pain. Today, you're going to learn exactly why discipline feels impossible and how to make it your second nature. Lesson 1. Understand the invisible enemy. Discipline isn't your enemy. Your mental programming is. The human brain is a survival machine. It's designed to seek comfort, save energy, and avoid anything that feels painful. That's why when you try to change, something inside you screams, "Do it later." That voice is not laziness, it's self-protection. The same mechanism that kept your ancestors alive is the one that keeps you stuck. You're not lazy, you're conditioned. Conditioned by years of instant gratification, social media dopamine hits, and a culture that celebrates comfort over purpose. Every time you choose the easy route, your brain reinforces the neural pathway of avoidance. And the more you run from discomfort, the weaker your discipline becomes. But here's the twist. Pain and pleasure are just signals. You can rewire them. When you start associating pain with progress and effort with freedom, everything shifts. Suddenly, discomfort stops being the enemy. It becomes the door to evolution. Discipline is a muscle. Weak at first, sore in the beginning, but unstoppable when trained. Your real battle isn't with the world. It's with your own mind. So stop negotiating with your excuses. Stop waiting to feel ready. Motivation is emotion. Discipline is decision. The day you decide you don't need to feel like it to act, that's the day discipline is reborn inside you. Do this right now. Look at your life and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Face that thing first. If this part hit you, share this video with someone who's fighting the same invisible war. Someone who just needs to wake up and remember who they are. Lesson 2. Rewrite the mental association. Most people associate discipline with pain, sacrifice, and restriction. High performers associate it with freedom. Freedom from chaos. Freedom from emotional slavery. Freedom to choose their path. While the average person says, "I have to do this," the disciplined one says, "I get to do this." That small shift in language is the difference between pressure and power. Discipline isn't punishment. It's power. Every disciplined action is a silent declaration of strength. I control my mind. I command my body. Here's how you reprogram that association. Reward the grind. When you complete a hard task, don't just move on. Acknowledge it. Tell yourself, "That made me stronger." Repeat that phrase enough times, and your brain starts craving the challenge. Another tool, visualize the outcome before you act. See yourself proud, calm, powerful after the work is done. That trick rewires your brain to find pleasure in the effort itself, not just the reward. That's how high achievers think. They don't avoid discomfort. They rebrand it. They make discipline part of their identity. And once it becomes who you are, you don't need to force it anymore. You live it. If that spoke to you, take a deep breath right now and say to yourself, "I don't run from the pain. I reprogram it." Now send this to someone who keeps saying, "I'm just not disciplined." They don't need more strength. They need a new mindset. Lesson 3. Build micro victories. You don't build discipline with big goals. You build it with small wins every single day. Most people fail because they try to change everything at once. Wake up at 5 a.m., work out, meditate, read, eat clean, and by day 3, they quit. Discipline isn't built on explosions of effort. It's built on quiet, consistent repetition. It's what you do when nobody's watching. It's what you do when the results are invisible. Start small. Make your bed. Read 10 pages. Finish what you start. Each small victory sends a message to your subconscious. I can trust myself. And that is the real power of discipline. Self-trust. When you trust yourself, you don't need motivation. You act because it's who you are. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Discipline is forged on the messy days, the tired days, the boring days, the days you want to give up. Those are the days that define you. Every small win is a whisper to the universe. I'm ready. So what's your next micro victory? Don't just think about it. Decide now. Because if you don't decide, the old version of you will decide for you. If this hit you, drop a comment below saying, "Today, I win the small battles." Let's see who's truly serious about growth. Lesson 4. Your environment shapes discipline. Discipline dies in weak environments. You can have the best intentions, but if you're surrounded by distractions, you'll lose. Your environment is the battlefield of your mind. If it's chaotic, you'll never win. That's why the top performers in every field don't rely on willpower. They design their environment for focus. Want to stay consistent? Remove friction. Want to train? Lay out your clothes the night before. Want to study? Put your phone in another room. This isn't about being rigid. It's about being strategic. Because your environment will always beat your willpower. You become what's easy to repeat, and what's easy to repeat depends on your environment. So make the bad habits hard. Make the good habits effortless. Throw away what tempts you. Clean your space, cut the noise. Discipline thrives where there's order. And order creates freedom. Tomorrow when you wake up, look around. What in your space is weakening you? Change it immediately. It's not about motivation, it's about design. If this part woke you up, share it with someone who says, "I try, but I can't stay consistent." Show them it's not about willpower. It's about the battlefield they're fighting on. Lesson 5. The reward of pain. Here's what most people will never accept. Discipline is pain. But it's the pain that sets you free. While the world runs from pain, the strong walk toward it. They understand the pain of effort is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. The pain of discipline builds you, the pain of laziness destroys you. So stop chasing shortcuts. The shortest path is usually the one that takes you nowhere. The secret is to choose the right pain. The pain of waking up early. The pain of saying no to distraction. The pain of staying consistent when everything in you wants to quit. That's the price of freedom. Think about warriors, athletes, leaders. They're not made of motivation, they're made of endurance. They've learned to turn pain into power. When it hurts, smile. That's the sign you're growing. Discomfort is the forge where steel is made. Every time you say no to weakness, you say yes to evolution. Every time you endure, you destroy a piece of your old self. Pain isn't the end, it's the beginning. So ask yourself right now, what pain am I avoiding today? Because that's exactly where your next level hides. Share this with someone who keeps running from discomfort. Show them that real growth doesn't come from ease. It comes from endurance. Lesson 6. Turn discipline into identity. As long as you see discipline as something you do, it will always be temporary. But when you see it as something you are, it becomes permanent. The greats don't say, "I'll try to be disciplined." They say, "I am disciplined." One is effort, the other is identity. You don't need to fight yourself every day, you just need to become the kind of person who acts no matter what. You become what you repeat, and what you repeat becomes you. Say this until it sinks deep into your soul. I am discipline in motion. It's not a task, it's who I am. That's the final reprogramming. The old self dies, the new self takes over, and when that happens, nothing can stop you. You no longer battle your mind because you are the command. Look back for a moment. Think of all the things you started but never finished. Now say it out loud. This time I finish. Feel that power. Because in the end, discipline isn't about control. It's about freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms. To be the creator, not the prisoner. If this video lit a fire in you, drop a comment below. I am discipline. Share it with someone who needs to wake up. And remember, the choice is yours. Either you reprogram your mind or it keeps programming you. Become unbreakable, become unstoppable, become disciplined, and never look back. If this message moved you, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who's ready to rise. Because the world doesn't need more motivation, it needs more discipline. And maybe it starts with you.